He made a fortune and a difference showing the advertising world how to sell to African Americans. Now he's got a new pitch. When Tom Burrell launched his advertising empire in the late 60s, he pioneered the idea that black people are different. They're not just dark-skinned white people. Now Burrell is revealing what he calls the best propaganda campaign in history to find the answers to some very troubling questions.
Why do we expect so little from each other and ourselves?
With African Americans at the top of just about every bad list and the bottom of the good ones, Tom Burrell has a new website asking and answering the politically impolite questions.
Why are black and beautiful still contradictions?
From the seemingly trivial,
why can't we stop shopping?
What we are doing is we're trying desperately to buy back our somebodyness,
to the downright brutal.
Why do we keep killing each other?
The powerful thing that was done to us is that we were taught to disrespect, distrust, and dislike each other and ourselves.
Burrell, a member of the Advertising Hall of Fame, calls it the longest-running propaganda campaign in history, begun by a country that needed slavery to call itself profitable and a clear conscience to call itself democratic.
These people are not human. These are not human beings, and so if we can exempt them, get them out of this picture of the human picture, then we can say we have a democracy. All men are created equal.
He is certainly not the first person to say slavery is the root of African American underachievement, but as an ad man, Burrell is looking to the campaign that came with the crime, the ongoing promotion of what he calls the myth of black inferiority.
We talk about education, we talk about parenting, and we're not talking about the big 800-pound gorilla in the room, and that is the inundation, the bombardment of negative media messages that keep us in our place.
A brainwashing so successful, Burrell says, that the victims have been recruited to the campaign.
We get this notion that the lighter you are, the more European your features, the more Caucasianized your hair, the more beautiful and the more attractive and the more desirable you are. What used to be the slave auction block is now the stage. And we get on that stage and we pull our own clothes off. We'll go up there without any, and we will grab our stuff and show it off and say, this is what we are about. This is how we define ourselves.
Music videos are easy pickings for criticism, but Burrell says the myth is perpetuated everywhere. His website, stopthebrainwash.com, aims to stop people from buying it.
Being aware of how this whole game works, how we are inundated every day with these cues, these signals, these symbols that tell us and reinforce this whole idea that we are less than.
Burrell will have to prove that positive propaganda can make a profit. The chairman emeritus of the agency that practically invented target marketing, though, thinks it can be done, that in fact nothing else will work.
Until we get to the root cause of our problem, which is how we have been conditioned to feel about ourselves, we're not going to be able to solve any of those problems.
So Burrell says until you stop buying and certainly stop self-inflicting those negative images, that nothing else is going to work. And that's a tall order. In fact, Bobby says that all the other programs that are attempted to help black people lift themselves up are seen as another way of proving their inferiority. Oh, you need our help. So it's pretty controversial.
Does he say or think that with the Obamas in the White House, I mean, that's a pretty good advertising campaign right there?
That's a powerful image.
Made a dent in his opinion?
Well, a dent, but one powerful image versus every day, all day long, being bombarded with images that tell you an entirely different message is what he'd like people to recognize and change. And he says his time in the advertising business showed him that advertisers are sensitive. Start getting some complaints about the images that they're portraying or that they're profiting from, and he says they will change, as will people's attitudes about them. You've got to go to our website, myfoxchicago.com, under Special Projects tab, and he's got a resolution project, a Stop the Brain brainwash.com. He's launching a movement, basically, and what better person to do so, because he certainly knows how to sell.
Nobody knows more about advertising or marketing than him, black or white. Is he getting criticism?
Nothing like what Bill Cosby got when he suggested something similar about basically telling low-income blacks to take some responsibility for their position in life, but maybe because Burrell knows how to sell it a little more softly to the masses.
It could be. Also could be because he's just getting it underway, too.
Yes, that's possible.
Weather is coming up next year. It's going to get a bit warmer.
Well, that's nice to hear. When we come back, Bill Bellis has the whole forecast.